years ago, one of my very first videos I made for ASG was a ranking of the Jackbox party packs because I was and still am a very big fan of them. Now that I'm about to graduate, almost 4 years later, the number has increased in how many party packs exist, and there needs to be an update in my ranking. There also needs to be a rework in how I decide this ranking. Instead of it just being my opinion, I decided to gather a few of my friends, and we decided mathematically which Jackbox party pack was the best. I'm going to dive into each and every party pack, and I'm going to show you what my friends decided based on real mathematical data and about 10 hours of gameplay. Let's get started. The very first Jackbox party pack was an expansion of individual games that were released, kind of expansion packs, and a couple new games that were innovated. Granted, when we played this pack, we did not have the most fun. You Don't Know Jack is known for being a little bit annoying in terms of how it operates and how the host speaks to you as a player. We did not enjoy it. The data for this pack just about perfectly reflected how we were interacting with each other while playing the games. Our favorite game was a tie between Lie Swatter and Fibbage XL. One person did like Drawful, and this is obviously clear with the general population of people that like Jackbox because they've made Drawful 3 more times after this. The overall score that this pack received was a 3 out of 10. It didn't land very far with us. Nobody would pay full retail price for this. It was $24.99 on Steam at the time of recording. And some of the comments that I received from my friends were that Joe bought the pack and regrets it every day. And Anthony hates Jack of You Don't Know Jack. You'd think with how we viewed this first party pack, the second would not be much of an improvement, right? Well, we were proven wrong because Party Pack 2 had a lot more enjoyment for us overall. We were pleasantly surprised by Earwax, and this was the game that was considered the favorite among the group, even though one person decided to vote for Quiplash XL despite how much we enjoyed Earwax as a group. The overall score was a 6 out of 10, a major jump from that 3 in the first pack, and still, despite the success, nobody would pay full retail price, $24.99 on Steam. Some of the comments I received were that we were generally impressed by the improvement from Party Pack 1, and that Earwax is genuinely an underrated game. We were really surprised that we hadn't heard about it more or played it before in the past. From here we moved on to Party Pack 3. This is one of my favorites, and this was one of the packs that I was first exposed to in high school. The games that my friends did like were Fakin' It and Quiplash 2, those two tied for number 1, but someone did also vote for Trivia Murder Party to be their favorite. The overall score was a 6.6 out of 10, so another slight improvement from the second party pack, but yet still, no one would pay full retail price for this. Again, $24.99 on Steam. And now we move on to Party Pack 4. This is towards the end of our first day, and we were getting a little tired but still having a great deal of fun. Now, this is a game that highly relies on new games, and they were lucky with the gambles that they took. We really enjoyed Monster Seeking Monster. That was our favorite. One person also liked Survive the Internet, and another liked Bracketeering. This received an overall score of a 7 out of 10, and one person would pay for retail price. And there were no comments aside from what I just told you. We were having a really good time with this. There's only one game that we didn't fully enjoy. All of the other ones we found at least a little bit of value in. Our last pack of the first day was Party Pack 5. This was a stinker to end the day on. Patently Stupid was our favorite game by far. You already know that we don't like You Don't Know Jack, so that didn't end up very well. We did enjoy Split the Room, and we did enjoy Madverse City to a certain degree. Zeepeldome we could not understand at all. The overall score was 4.2 out of 10, and nobody would pay retail price. Specifically, this is where the party packs jumped from $24.99 on Steam to $29.99, and people were not thrilled. Tyler specifically said, if someone in a store asked me to buy this for full price, I would beat him, steal his bus fare, and walk home. Tyler, you have such a way with words. That was the end of our first day. We reconvened 2 days later to play the rest of the party packs, and boy did it get interesting. Party Pack 6 to start us off was not a bad pack to start off with, but it is also considered just generally mid. Our favorite game was Role Models as a whole, but we were pretty split on this. 2 people liked Role Models, one liked Joke Boat, one liked Trivia Murder Party, and one liked Push the Button. So there was a game in this pack for everyone, and I think that's something to say when there is enough variety that someone found something that they liked. The overall score for this pack was a 6.6 out of 10, so not as high as Party Pack 4, but it was still one of the higher ranking packs of the group overall. Party Pack 7 is a pack that holds a lot of power behind it. It's the most popular version of Quiplash that people see, as well as strong games like Champed Up, Talking Points, Blather Round, and Devils in the Details. Overall, we ranked this at a 6.9 out of 10. Our favorite game was Talking Points, but one person liked Champed Up and one person liked Quiplash 3. When we played this game, we enjoyed Quiplash, Champed Up, and Talking Points, but Blather Round and Devils in the Details were either too complicated or just not very entertaining for us. Party Pack 8 is where the delirium began to set in. I think one of our fatal mistakes when conducting this experiment was starting our second day towards the end of the day instead of in the afternoon like day 1. On day 1 we played from 12 to 5 p.m. On Monday we played from 6 to 11 p.m. That's gonna do something to your head, and that certainly started to show when we played this pack. Overall, we gave this a 5 out of 10, and our favorite game was a tie between Job Job and Pull Mine, but one person also liked the Wheel of Enormous Proportions. I would say in this pack, you can find value in about 4 of the 5. Weapons Drawn is a social deduction murder game that is a little too complicated for what a party game is supposed to be. The others are simple enough that you can get behind it and you can work through it. And with that, we move on to Party Pack 9, where we were just going crazy. Our favorite game was Junktopia, in which you are frogs that are trying to sell antique items to each other. One person also liked Nonsensory, which is kind of like a hive mind game, and one person liked Fibbage 4. The overall score was a 4 out of 10, and we were completely losing it. When we were playing Roomerang, we kind of got into our characters a little too deep, and it was crazy and fun, but we needed to move on. And it's where we get to Party Pack 10. I am ashamed to say that this newest pack was a stinker. Dodo Re Mi was the unanimous favorite of this pack, where you are birds that play a musical game, and it was very fun and silly. We enjoyed it overall, and it certainly pleased our sleep-deprived minds. And with that, our experiment was complete. I think the biggest thing that we learned from this is that certain packs definitely have more value than others, and it is certainly important to know that you do not need every single pack to fully enjoy what Jackbox has to offer. Granted, yes, now I do own almost every single pack, however, I certainly don't need to. But there is one pack that stood above the rest, and that was Party Pack 4, with an overall score of 7 out of 10. We were really impressed with this pack overall, and like I had mentioned, there was only one game that we didn't really enjoy. The others were fun and engaging and had just enough detail to keep us hooked. And now we know that Jackbox Party Pack 4 has mathematically been chosen as the best Jackbox Party Pack. With that, my videos for ASG come to an end, and I am very excited to see what the rest of my friends do tonight and for the future of ASG. Bye!